Did you send me the list of banter ideas earlier?
Yeah, I did, but it was a zip file, and it seems like you didn't extract it. It seems like you looked at the folder and were like, "This is a zip file.
I
I'm
left you
too
unread.
lazy." Yes,
Okay. I didn't know you could do that over email, but okay.
you can. Yeah, I saw the scene. Check, check. Thanks for that, by the way. Thanks for that boost of confidence.
Speaking of scene, hello and welcome to yet another dimension.
Man, I hope you cut all of that.
Well, I won't. But we're here to review episode 7 of Euphoria, the theater and its double.
That was the name.
What does that mean?
Should if I know? It sounds like something by people who are very cultured. And while I do listen to Camille Saint-Saëns, I had no idea what that means.
I watch anime. That's the most cultured that part I am. I watch Naruto. That's the amount of my culture. But this is finally we got to it. The play, Lexi's play,
Yeah,
Lexi's moment.
A lot of build up for this over the past
spotlight.
couple episodes. And
What you think of the episode
yeah, so spoiler free.
so far? Yeah.
I kind of let down, to be honest.
Is this the whole play? Is there more to the play?
I think there's gonna be more. It said to be continued at the end of this episode too, which makes you think that the season finale
is the rest of the play?
is the rest of the play.
Because the play kind of ends on not in the right place a play would actually end.
No, and I mean like the way the episode ends, it makes you think something else is gonna happen. So I think there's more.
I enjoyed the episode, but it didn't live up to the hype because I was super hyped to it.
Yeah.
I do like the episode though.
I think there's just a lot of things narratively that bug me, and I think it's the same thing that has bugged me since the beginning of this season. It's just on full display here, and I think it's the problem of not having enough material. Like really, if you look back at this episode, like the whole thing is the play, and then they show like 5 minutes of each character's like actual real life arc, and it's like one really jarring to me the way they do it, and I think they do it to like meld reality with the play, and I think they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
but it does kind of detract away from the story that they're doing with the play to me, because then they cut away to like Rue talking to her mom, which isn't in the play. This is like after the play is written, right? This is like after Rue had that meltdown, right? And think about that. I mean, how much plot has happened with Rue since then? And it's been 2 episodes, but it's like the whole time, like, I don't know, there's just not a lot that they have to go on anymore. You know, they're taking little pieces of stuff and moving this plot along at like a snail's pace, and I don't know, man.
Well, hopefully we have a better episode in the second part. I guess
it feels like a part 2.
Yeah, it needs it. But I do like that part with Rue and her mom.
I like
what
scene.
you said, yeah.
It's not even that I don't like the things that are happening necessarily. I just wish that they had just happened more like the way they did Euphoria in season 1.
There wasn't really much that we didn't know, really. Like, what was really revealed in this episode that we didn't already know? I guess other than
That's what I mean.
How Lexi felt at the time.
I guess the only one who really gets any development here is Lexi, because now this is like, and it kind of like ruins her for me, and I'll talk about why.
Oh, ruins her.
Well,
okay.
I felt like she was the only character who had like a moral compass, and now, because of this play and the nature of it and who's in it and the way they're depicted, I don't really feel like she's a good person anymore for doing this.
Okay.
And putting it on display for the whole school to see.
That's what I was thinking too. Because all right, let's This I think I enjoyed the episode. I like the play aspect of it, going back and forth.
Yeah, I do like
to
that,
like the past and then like the actual play, and like going like in the back and like she's yelling at everybody. It's a enjoyable episode. It's fun, but like I agree with you. It kind of like it's surprising that she did this, because I'm thinking Lexi's like actual good person, but it seems like she has like little cracks in her armor as well.
I guess like they're trying to make everybody more gray, which is fine, but it is kind of a bummer.
They're all
because
teenagers.
I liked her, you know, and now I'm kind of like, oh well, I didn't like her this episode for sure. I don't like that she made the play, and then even that she's getting kind of directorial and bossy, but not in a good way, like in a kind of abusive way. You know, it's just like
Oh, that's part of the.
you can direct people without being an asshole.
You don't. I mean, look,
no. You
look,
don't have to
have thick skin in theater.
You
man.
do, but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to be abused by a fucking pretentious ass director.
Oh, you're taking it way too serious.
I just hate directors that are like that, producers that think that they can just walk over people. Because you know, if I was in that industry, I would tell them to eat a fucking dick every day, and I would get fired. So that's why.
I just thought it was funny.
I didn't think it was. I
think you're taking it way too serious, that part.
No, I get that it's a gag, but I don't like her doing that. I don't like my character doing that because I liked her. That's what I'm saying. I don't like her anymore. Now. Okay, she did that. She's kind of like a prick. It's like I guess this is kind of like her first time she's like really like voicing her opinion.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
I get that. I get that part of it, but it's just like there goes my one shining star. In the show, you know, now I don't like her anymore. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if they're going with that, maybe she's going down a dark path.
Well, I mean, I think, you know,
at first, and hopefully she just gets redeemed.
I think it's probably they're trying to just balance her out because she's still like by comparison to the rest of the characters, it's a lot more like she doesn't really do anything bad. So I think they tried to make her more human in that way by balancing her out and making her more gray. I'm just saying it's kind of a bummer because you know she was like pretty good.
She is a sweetheart.
And now she's kind of an asshole, so I'm just like...
I thought it was just like I guess I see it. I just thought it was like a joke.
And I don't think it's for no reason. Yeah. I don't think it's for... I think this is like... I think narratively, this is good for Lexi. Mm-hmm. I'm just bummed in a more like... I cared about the character and didn't want her to be that way since... Narratively, I feel like her arc's the only one that's even working this episode. I think I need to get into spoilers to talk about why things just weren't working for me.
Okay, before we get into spoilers, I just wanted to shout out my brother and his wife and Tara's clothing line. It's High Stock. This is the Black History Month line they're doing right now. Check it out. I'll put it in the description down below.
It's pretty rad.
No, it's cool. It's Martin Luther King quote. I'm not gonna say it, but I like it.
You're not gonna say it in his voice?
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to disrespect them on Black History Month. Maybe next month, okay? So, but check it out. I'll put in a link below. So let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers.
So you hated this episode?
No, I did not hate it. There are things I actually really enjoy the humor in Lexi's play. Mm-hmm. I just think it's really shitty thing to do.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I thought too. I was like, man, so the play is just exposing their fucking lives to the whole entire school.
That is so embarrassing and awkward. Wow. Like, I would be so pissed if I was in this play.
Yes, you know, like there's nobody that's not shown on this, like in their close. So like the play is about like their friend group. It's called Our Life, right? Is that the play?
Yeah, it was a really dumb name.
Yeah,
I like how they were all like laughing, or no one was clapping.
I was like, "Oh man, that's bad." But
rough start.
So what you think of all like the characters that they discussed, like they showed? What do you think of that?
I mean, I think a lot of it is realistic, and it's interesting because I feel like it is cathartic for Lexi too, right? This person who like has lived her whole life basically, like she said in a previous episode, kind of like unseen, unheard, more of an observer. Now she has a voice and it's on display. I just think it's kind of like if I was in the play, I would be pissed, you know. The play itself.
But to be fair though, people in their lives are pretty shitty though. I don't know. It's obviously this is not the right way to go about it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a terrible way to go about it.
Pretty bad.
And there's a you could have said this in private, but yeah. I mean, I guess she tried, but I don't think she tried hard enough to like tell them, like stand up to them. I guess this is just her way to like show how it's been like affecting her.
I feel like she probably can't vocalize it another way. Mm-hmm. This is the way that makes sense for her. It's like what she does is she writes. She doesn't feel heard when she speaks out or speaks up. So I kind of get it, I guess.
I always say like instead of like us having a conversation, I want to see what you like to create, like your art, and because that really tells you what your like true thoughts are, because that's your most vulnerable. And damn, did she put it on display?
Yeah.
Let's go. You go character by character. I mean, her sister Cassie.
Her sister, I think, is the one that takes up most of the play.
Yeah.
And the episode, which man, I am Cassie fatigued. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
She's gone, man. She just wants to be loved. No matter what.
It's just such a stupid storyline, and I don't know if they're gonna make her more interesting or something. I think at the end of this episode, there's something that happens that might set up a conflict that does something for me. But I'm so sick. Man, she's so boring. And, like, she's a simp for Nate, and it's just fucking pathetic, man.
If it wasn't so much time dedicated to her, I would understand. She's just a simp. She just wants to be loved no matter what. She wants to be controlled. And some people are like that.
I know. I'm just, like, for her to be, like, the main character, and I feel like she is now. Like, yeah. I'm just sick of her, man.
It's like sucks. She shares almost the same amount of time as Rue.
Right.
And she don't deserve it.
No, she's not half as interesting as Rue, you know, or complex, and her story isn't as interesting either. And I mean, I think overall,
and Kat is gone.
Dude, Kat. Okay, I wanted to mention Kat because she's in the play as a character and is still being sidelined.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't understand. You have this character who's like a main character of season 1, and they had completely fucking thrown her out.
And she was one of the best.
I don't know why.
Way more interesting than Cassie.
I know.
Yeah,
like
it's ridiculous.
It is,
and they have Ethan, right?
Yeah,
he's playing so many roles. Yeah, and he's great in it. There's like no reaction from Kat because that was her boyfriend. Like,
a little bit when like he was doing the dance at the end, which we'll talk about. But,
oh yeah, but I don't know. It's just there was a good opportunity to go back to this and maybe like they talk about it. Oh, something.
They might do that in episode 8. I wonder if they will talk. I hope she kind of apologizes for the way she broke up with him.
Something. She needs to do something because she comes off just as bad as fucking Cassie, and not as bad as Nate, but she's looking bad. And then
I'm not even mad that she's like doing bad shit.
No, I'm not mad about it.
She's just underdeveloped.
Yeah, she's nothing. It's nothing now. Yeah, there was so much time. You could have balanced it more out with her stuff.
Yeah.
What? I don't get it. Don't have her in the. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about like this being a narrative mess. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it's completely unbalanced. You have like these two arcs that made up most of the story, and even in this episode, it's like you have most of the episode is the play, and then it cuts a little bit to Fezco, who's kind of gonna be in trouble, we think.
Yeah,
but it still doesn't happen.
Nothing.
Yet. What happened at Fezco's house?
It was so drawn out. It was it's tense at first. It's like, oh, something's gonna happen. Because what's his name? Dust, whatever.
Yeah, like whatever stoner guy.
Yeah, he's working with the police.
The guy who's not cooperating with the police.
Yeah, so he goes to Fez's house and Fez is about to go to the play.
Yeah,
and he puts the phone down. Obviously, he's gonna record a conversation he has with them. I'm about to say ice tray. That's from Boys in the Hood, I think. Ashtray. I'm sorry. Ashtray. Sees them, he's kind of suspicious. You see something happening, but that's like we got all this time dedicated to just like 2 minutes of time.
The whole episode. Did Fez even leave the house?
We'll see in episode 8.
Bro, I don't even think he left the house by the end of episode 7.
It does. I guess. You think everything will be answered? Like, is this really just a part 1?
I mean, it feels like there's gonna be more to the play, but then it's like
more could have happened though.
And now I feel like they have a lot to wrap up that could have happened this episode in episode 8.
Yeah,
and it's weird because like I didn't know what plot they would have going into this one, and to be honest, there's not much development for most of the characters. Like
Maddie, her parents' fault.
Bro, her plot is gone. Like, her plot is now gone after the thing with Nate, and she's kind of like moving forward from Nate. There's literally nothing else, and I hate that they have these two female characters who are like main characters, and their only plot is centered around this fucking dude. I'm sorry.
There's nothing else.
And I mean, this cast is great, and they have all these characters that have all these other like things, like Rue has her own plot, Jules, but even Jules' plot got cut after Rue's meltdown, right?
It's all like a build-up. There's nothing in this episode.
There's no payoff, man. Nothing at all. There's nothing. There was nothing that really stuck out to me until like the very end. There's just like, I like bits of the play because there is humor in it that is funny, even if I think it's kind of like mean-spirited.
Oh, it's all mean-spirited.
But anyway, so Cassie, I want to talk about first because in the play she gets like destroyed.
Oh yeah,
she's just like, oh, I have boobs, I'm seen as an object, and Lexi's jealousy kind of comes through.
I mean, it's honest, I guess. She's just being honest about it.
And I like that. I think it's finally something they're talking about. They never really have a conflict between Lexi and Cassie. They're always just kind of like fine, but they never talk about how Lexi was like not seen like sexually and as much as Cassie was.
She desired to be that way.
Yeah. So
I mean, I understand that. What else with Cassie? I mean, they have the moment they talk about like their dad and like the effects they had on dad, like that one scene where they're like dancing and
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like those character moments. And I like that the mom's there. It's so awkward because there are like scenes where like the mom's like, yeah, and then she's crying. Like, I don't know. I kind of been flipping on their mom a little bit. I know she's like pretty shitty and she's like an alcoholic, but she's been the last couple episodes a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think, especially with Cassie just freaking out about Nate. She's been like, listen, bitch, you gotta calm down.
Please.
You know? So I've kind of appreciated her.
She fixes her, cleans herself up with the alcoholism. I think she could be actually a good parent.
Yeah, maybe. But they are kind of starting to redeem her a little bit, So
it's like slow, like little bits of pieces of development. That's just not enough,
bro. It's just like grains of sand, and that's the thing. Okay, like, and then what happens to Rue, right? So Rue. Like, they kind of show the history between Rue and Lexi. I like that, because we don't see that a lot.
They were pretty close.
Yeah, but they always imply that they were, like, really good friends. And now we kind of see, like, why. And that's nice. So I like seeing that. But still, even with her, we have, like, they cut to her and her mom. And there's, like, this 2-minute scene where her mom's like, yeah, I basically am giving up on you.
You see, look, I love that. You know why? Because I would say the same thing. She needs to let her go because she needs to let her decide how she's gonna run her life.
I'm not saying I disagree with her mom.
I love that because
it.
I would say I wanted her to say that. It's just weird placement
exactly
in this episode because it should have just focused more on the play and what's going on with that. I don't know. It just doesn't fit.
It does. That's what I'm saying. And they do this with every single character. They did it with Maddie. They do it with Nate. They do it with Cassie. They do it with everybody. Yeah. Everybody's got their own little cut, their grain of sand, and then they just go back to the play. I'm like,
just stick to the play.
It's so jarring to me, and narratively, it just doesn't work. Like, this whole season has been a fucking mess. The way they've structured the story,
it was. Yeah, I liked the scene. I guess I was distracted just because I like what she said. She's defending herself. She needs to think about Gia. Then, but when you step back, it's like, why is it placed here? It could have been.
Why is it placed there?
Yeah, I don't know. It could have even been in the last episode, I think.
Yeah,
or just, later on.
It's so weirdly structured, and it just kind of. I wish they would have just stayed at the play
because they cut back and forth between reality, like what the past of the events is inspired by, and then to the play. They could have just did that.
And I also think that it sometimes works to a good effect, but sometimes it also just confuses me a little bit. The way that they do it in this episode with like the play and reality kind of meshing together, because there's one point where like Lexi sees these two guys that are like, she's imagining what they're gonna think when she's like hot. After high school, when she's like kind of peaking, like a lot of us do. I like that, but I think it's funny. She's like, like these two guys are like, oh man, I should have got with Lexi Howard, but it's confusing because they say that, but her name is Grace in the play, so it's like, is she talking about herself there? It's like I don't know if that was a mistake or if that is more of the meshing of reality, and it's weird.
Let's just go with the latter.
But it just becomes kind of jarring too, because sometimes they have the actors in the play playing the character, and then sometimes they become like the actual
I think it's supposed character
to be themselves.
Maybe it's supposed to be confusing.
I guess it is. I think it must be because they do it so much mixing, this episode.
Fiction, reality. I mean, So I like that.
I liked it at first, but it was just kind of like the more they did it, parts were kind of jarring to me, and it just I don't know.
Speaking of like just cutting to something that doesn't have to do with the play, they just show Jules breaking the disc. Yeah, just out of nowhere.
No build up, no preamble.
Yeah,
they just
break. I had to remember that. I was like, oh yeah, she did that. And it's an important scene.
That's a pretty important scene.
That has been like a major plot line, the MacGuffin of like the last season, and this season, and it's finally gone for good. And you just put it in
the middle of a scene where there's also the crap going on.
It's weird. Yeah. Like I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, it just comes out of nowhere and then never discussed again. They'll probably talk about it, but it's weird.
Do you remember the part with Kat dancing? It was like,
is that in the
spotlight on her?
Is that in the play?
I think it was in the play,
but there's nothing to it. They just needed Kat's in this thing. Kat is in this play.
They don't even have like a section about her.
It just makes me mad. That actually makes
unless
me
it's
mad.
coming in the next episode. I don't know, but it seems like I think they're just sidelining Kat this season, and it's just further, and that would just kind of piss me off. But then, you know what? Also, I just had to mention it because we've been talking about this the whole time. Was your high school plays, were they like this?
Nope, not at all. I wish.
We could not say fuck.
No.
We could not talk about sex or
That's
drugs.
why I was so
in my high
surprised.
school.
Well,
I don't know if things have changed.
Look,
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah,
but,
it's the way they dress.
I mean, it's been like 2 years.
School.
I'm 22.
Yeah,
I'm like so young.
I'm still in high school.
I'm thriving, man.
Seniors 2022.
Yeah, but it's been a while. But I mean, to change that drastically, if you're in high school, please comment and tell me if this is normal, because this did not happen 10 years ago. Man.
No, everybody was fully clothed. There was no theatrical.
We could not talk about sex.
Erotic dance.
Very minimal sensuality, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'll be in the theater. I'll be like, yes, let's do this, man.
Yeah, we could not, like, the last scene. Oh hell no.
No,
all the shirtless guys implying gay sex. Hell no.
Man,
and never.
And then Nate's face, he's like, he walks
in
out.
In college, maybe, but never in high school.
No, not high school. That's not allowed.
No.
They're like kids, man. You can't be doing that.
I don't know, like, what they're going for, if this is happening in actual schools now, and I just don't know. Like, I'm too old.
Don't think about it.
But I mean, I already think of this as fiction, so I set that aside. I mean, the beginning of this play, because I was like, there's no way they would let her make this play. Like, this would never happen.
Nobody cleared it. Hopefully, maybe they say, like, you couldn't, like, you lied about what's going on in this play. Hopefully, they say.
I hope so. Man.
Or it's just a thing.
It's kind of low key bullying too. I mean, aside from being like about sex and drugs explicitly, it is like low key. Like,
did you feel bad for Nate?
See. Here's the thing.
It's funny, man, because it's kind of like
we kind of need to get to Nate, because his is the biggest. Yeah. So like, she does this whole thing, this like locker room scene about Nate being like totally not gay.
Yeah.
And it is hilarious. I don't really care for people shaming people out of the closet in like a actual real world, situation. Like, I think.
So you talking about like?
Well, they're closet shaming him. Really, is what they're doing. Like, Nate is not openly gay.
Okay.
And he's in denial about being gay. Everyone kind of has heard these rumors that he's gay, and now it's on display in front of a whole.
So you don't agree with her doing that, right?
No, I think it's pretty shitty.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And in a real world setting,
it's up to them if they want to do it or not. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it's kind of a bully thing to do. And look, I don't like Nate.
Also,
Nate is like the worst. I've talked every episode about how much I hate him.
Yeah, the reason why, because he's such. I guess not everybody knows what he's done, but he's like the worst human ever. So
yeah, he kind of is.
It's hard to like feel sympathy for this guy.
It is.
So
and
yeah,
that being
I'm conflicted.
Said, as mean spirited as it was, and no, I wouldn't condone it in real life.
No.
That scene
I would never do
was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it was.
You're like. I gotta fucking watch
it. Was the gayest thing I've ever seen, and I loved it.
What? They're not gay, man. They're just working out, man. They're
it is
bros.
So they're like they're doing everything. With the "I Need a Hero" song is playing. Oh my god!
It is a great scene.
It was great, and I love how he storms out and he's like, "It's so fucking homophobic." I'm like, dude, this is the opposite of homophobic. That is just homosexual, man. It was great.
But
I loved it.
But he breaks up with Cassie.
Yeah, it seems
hopefully
like
for good.
Oh my god, I want to be done with this fucking plot line.
I hope done, right?
At the end of the season that this stupid ass love triangle never gets mentioned.
And Cassie's all breathing into the window.
Yeah, she's gonna I think she's gonna try to sabotage the play from here on out.
Okay.
See, I thought she was gonna do that. There's like a scene where she's like, it's kind of confusing. She goes up into the light.
Yeah, where did she go?
And she never. Whatever happened there?
What she like? I thought she was gonna screw with. You're gonna drop it on somebody's head, like a light or something.
Maybe she thought about it and then
they didn't show it though. They didn't. She went away and then she came back.
I know, it was a weird cut. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
what's going on.
This whole episode is
just
narratively.
The Dark Knight Rises. Fucking movie.
I can't wait to talk about it. So weird, man. Like, I don't know.
It was weird, yeah.
So I don't know if she already did something or she was thinking about it and hesitated. It wasn't really clear. And then by the end of the episode, though, it looks like she's gonna do something to sabotage the play. I think. I don't know what.
Hopefully, we'll learn more,
bro. I thought Nate was gonna run up and punch that kid in the face.
Yeah,
that is exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna run up because he's fucking insane.
Yeah,
he would totally do that.
Every time I see him, I think he's gonna do something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of tension. And they established that well with him.
Yeah.
But they just shamed him out the closet, basically.
Yeah, which is pretty shitty, but it was.
He's a shitty person.
He is, and it's hard because I hate him.
I guess
I don't want to feel sorry for him.
I guess that's the conflict they are desiring for that.
Like, just one human to another. Like, if I had a secret and I didn't want anybody to know it, and they just, like, exposed it like that, I would be pissed. Like, in front of the whole school? Man, that is fucking shitty.
But if you were like, but just think about all the stuff you did, man. If I knew that,
yeah, I guess if I had done what he did,
yeah,
and
because he's hurting a lot of people because of this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe it is good.
I mean, I think it's good for him. I mean, yes, it is good for him to get it out, and finally express himself. But like to do it this way, it's like, damn, like that's fucked up. I'm sorry. This whole play was fucked up. But that moment, I was like, oh shit, Lexi is just a bad person. Like she is not good anymore.
Nobody's good. So, well, I can't even say Fez is a good person because he's a drug dealer.
He's like the best person though.
And
I feel like he's the most moral person on the show, and he deals drugs that could kill people. I don't even,
terrible, man.
They do a good job of making the gray characters, pretty likable though. I even like Rue a little bit, honestly, especially in season 1. I liked her a lot. Yeah. Even though she was struggling, they kind of made her a lot less likable this season.
Everybody's so much less likable in this season.
Yeah. I think they're trying to put us just deeper in the hole. Just got to go down.
There's definitely going to be season 3. So, and hopefully Kat comes back in this season.
Hopefully,
or wherever she's at.
You know what I think too? What? If like your arcs are done with all these characters,
just get
introduce new ones.
Yeah. They introduced the Elliot guy. He's gone.
Oh man,
they showed him once.
Yeah. And he only existed to cause conflict between Rue and Jules. That's what I mean. Like
it's a plot device.
They use characters as plot devices this season. It just bothers me.
You know what? It's just like they had this figured out in the first season. I didn't have much of an issue in the first season.
Yeah.
It's just did somebody start writing this?
No, it's all Sam Levins. If you look at the credits, it's all the same person.
Did he not have this set out?
I don't know.
It's strange.
It feels like season 1 was really thought out for like a long time, and then season 2 was like, oh shit, season 1 was successful. Now I got to make a season 2, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
Tips for your writers: have your end.
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, end.
And I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying it's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like.
That's what it feels like.
Because the quality. I'm not saying this is like complete shit.
No.
But the quality has definitely dropped compared to the first season.
Yeah, significantly.
So
yeah, and I mean it might be redeemed by episode 8, but I don't think so. I don't think
you can't. It means one episode.
Is one episode gonna fix a whole week season? Yeah. Probably not. And there have been cool parts of the season. There's been some strong points, especially the episode where Rue had her breakdown.
Yeah.
Was just really hard to watch, but overall, I feel like it's much less rewarding.
Yeah.
I still feel the depression. But not as much of the payoff as like the satisfaction being like, ooh, like season 1, I was always interested in what was going on, man. I wanted to see Kat develop. I wanted to see Nate develop. I want to see what he would fucking do because he scares me, like, and then I wanted to see, like, I liked Rue, like, kind of like moving away from drugs, finding something else, like, and there's just not much development this season. Like, everyone...
It's just going day by day, it feels like.
Yeah, and I don't even mind, like, regression, like, you get worse. That's fine. I just wish there was more.
Something. You're just staying
I just need more movement. That's what I need. Yeah. If it's up or down, I don't care. It's only 8 episodes. Yeah.
And, like, they just treading water in the earlier season. Like, what really happened this season?
Yeah. You could write down the plot in like
2 seconds.
In like 200 words. You could write down the plot of the season, and that's with the 8 episode season. That's 8 hours of television. That's not good.
It's I still enjoy the camera work and the look, and it's still funny, but the plot and the characters I've taken a step back in like the grade and quality.
Yeah,
compared to first season, like it's been really bad,
and it's frustrating too because season 1 was 2019.
Yeah.
This is 2022, this debut.
Damn, 3 years.
So there's a long time between seasons.
What you been doing, Sam? What you doing, bro?
I don't know. I hope, whatever they do for season 3, which we assume there will be because it's so popular, that they figure it out. But
still, you should still watch it, though. It's still better than
it's
average.
A good show.
Yeah.
It's a good... we're only shitting on it as much as we are because we really like season 1 so much.
I look forward to seeing it every week.
Yeah, and I'll watch it.
It's not like Dexter where I'm like,
no,
let's get this done. Come on.
Man, Dexter, the last episode of Dexter, that fucking... I never want to see anything related to Dexter ever again.
No,
Dexter New Blood is horrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Watch our review.
Yeah, like we've seen like the Ozark and this. There's
Yeah.
no reason. So we're shitting on this episode, but we know there's a lot better that they have already shown us.
We're only critiquing it because we liked it so much.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be talking about it as much as I am if I didn't think that it could be better.
Yeah,
because
I
think
could talk
it
about
has.
this. Like, there's no problem me talking about this, but I dreaded talking about other stuff. So
yeah, like
we're not bringing that up anymore.
Spider-Man, Drake's Fortune.
Basically, basically, we're not gonna talk about that. Let's keep the good times going. But that was our review of episode 7 of Euphoria. Episode 8 coming next week. Last episode.
Yeah,
hopefully.
And I feel like that's gonna be a big one because it's like it's not just the last episode, but it's gonna be like the overall season, really.
Hopefully something happens
and
significant. Really significant.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Fez might die. And I wonder, man.
Please, man. He's the only kind of good character left, other than I guess Lexi.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was our review. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next dimension.